Hi, I'm James at Bespoke Airsoft. Welcome back to the Bring It Home Show, and in this one I'm really excited about it. We're looking at the WE G17 High-Speed version. Super excited about this. Yes, we're looking at the Glock 17 by WE. This is the G17 High-Speed, which is a split-side design, and I am super excited for this, and you'll see in the upcoming content, hopefully. So we've got the box here. You'll see there's some nice pictures on the front there. So you've got some check boxes there for which one it is. This has been the two-tone version. We open the box, there's the manual there, and we've got a lot going on here. We've got the pistol itself. We've got a gold pin. We've got some plastic components, we've got a thumb rest, we've got an Allen key, and that is everything out of the box. So let's get the box set to one side. As with all the WE pistols, we've got this plastic bag on there, which is nice to keep the dust and the grime out while it's being transported. And so we have the pistol, magazine already pre-installed, obviously because we've got a lot going on in the box. We've got a thumb rest that we can fit on here. We've got the extended pin, which is in a nice gold colour, which is nice for the thumb rest when we're adding it. We've got an Allen key, of course, and we've got some little bits and pieces here, which we'll go into in just a moment. So yes, you might be thinking, oh God, not another Glock. You know, we're fed up of seeing Glocks, but you know, stick around because it's a little bit different to the others. And you know, I promise this time it is a bit different. So this is a WE Glock 17, very nice two-tone effect here. We've got a flag on the back, which I presume is the Taiwan flag. Correct me if I'm wrong. Gold barrel, nice styling, nice fibre optic sights. Normal Glock 17 gas blowback, a magazine with an extended bumper on the bottom here. We've got a flared mag well as well. We've got extended slide release. First I'm going to go through the materials. Obviously we've got a polymer frame. We've got a metal extended mag well. We've got a metal slide, both parts. We've got a metal barrel. We've got a metal trigger here as well. So to get the boring stuff out of the way, Gen 3 style frame here. As far as the functions of this pistol go, everything sort of to the rear of the frame, like the hammer and everything, is the same as far as I'm aware. Trigger works the same as well. But the difference with this pistol is that it's a split slide. So this is the high-speed Glock that they do, and you'll see when I cock the slide here. Very much like high cappers on the market, it's got a split slide design. Now, there's a couple of reasons why this is very, very good. We've also got a red nozzle in there. And the reason this is very, very good is two main things. First of all, it cuts the slide weight down by this much, so we're losing all this weight off the front. Now what that does, slide is obviously going to be much, much lighter. It obviously reciprocates a lot faster, making it more responsive, a lot faster firing on the trigger. And the second thing is that the front portion of the slide and the barrel are fixed in place. They don't reciprocate, the barrel doesn't move, so all this is fixed in place and it goes nowhere. This is superb for accuracy because your barrel's not having to move. It's not moving forwards and backwards, there's no slop in it, there's no slop in the outer barrel either, or the front slide. This is all fixed in place with a couple of screws at the front here. They've also put a extended slide release here, so it's nice and easy to find, very good to function as well. No snagginess, no. When you get those more conventional Glock slide releases that are a lot more flat, they're a little bit more janky to touch if you've dealt with the extended slide releases. And if you have used the extended slide releases before and you go to a more conventional flat design, you'll absolutely hate it. So we've got the pistol, we've got the magazine in here as well. Very nice and easy to find the mag well with that extended piece on the bottom here. It's a very, very nice design. I presume this is metal. It does feel metal, yeah. So changing magazine is going to be, you know, with the pistol being high speed, is going to be a little bit faster because you're not having to line up the magazine as accurately with other pistols. The other great thing about this pistol is it comes with a thumb rest. Now what you do this little pin on the back here, which is black, so you probably won't see it on the camera. This punches out, pushes through, and then you can put the thumb rest on there, and then you use the gold pin that's provided in the box to push that through, and the gold pin will hold this in place. Now this is great, and for reasons I'll get into in just a moment. Taking the magazine out, we're going to look at what else is included in the box. So we do have some components here. We have an extra screw, which I presume is for fitting these extra bits and pieces. And we've got some parts that will sort of replace the rear iron sight. So we've got charging handles that can go on here, so you can put it on the left or the right hand side. Makes racking the bolt a lot easier if you're using like a sort of frame and red dot sight system up the front here. You get that in black and you get it in orange. You also get black and orange brackets, which I presume are to take the rear sight off, put that on there in its place, and you can fit an RMR. Great plus, we love RMRs on this show. And then like I say, the screw I think is like a matched thread. Let's just test it on an RMR mount here. Yeah, which is like a matched thread for these accessories. So I presume they've put that in there. I know I'm saying presume a lot. Then I put that in there, so when you're changing the rear iron sight out for these bits and pieces, you're going to want to switch the screw as well. I'll tell you what, while we're on the camera, let's punch this pin out with the Allen key provided. The Allen key provided. It's not really what it's used for. Thumb rest on, let's get the gold pin out. And if I'm nerding out, I do apologise, but if I'm excited about something, that usually means there's a bit more to it than meets the eye. So that's with the thumb rest on. And what you'll see with the upcoming Chrono results and the accuracy test, this thing is rapid. Now what I'm going to do, there's gas in the magazine, this gun is empty, I've already checked it, double checked it again. No need to freak out about no iPro. I'm in my own home and I'd like to think I know what I'm doing. So we're just going to show you here how rapid this thing is. So magazine is gassed and in, the gun is empty, so I'm going to be holding down the slide release. And just watch this. See how fast that is? Now, if you was firing that with your eyes closed, you'd be thinking, that sounds a bit like a beefed up high capper or something like that. This thing is crazy responsive. You've lost all that weight off the front. You know, they've CNC machined the slides, what they say on the box, 100% CNC made. So the fit and function is very, very cool. If you were looking at this from far away, you'd probably think it was a more conventional style slide. Obviously looking at it closer, you can see the faintest black line of where the two parts meet. But this thing is crazy responsive. What this does, it makes the slide not only more efficient, but it makes follow-up shots a lot more snappy. The trigger as well is their WET sort of style styling custom series that WE do on their Glocks. This is very similar to what EMG do on the Armour Works Glocks. It's a flat style trigger, and the pre-travel, the wall, the brake and the reset are very, very similar as well. And if you remember, when we looked at the EMG BLU, which was the Salient Arms Glock, I was very, very impressed with that trigger, and I'm very, very impressed with this trigger. The only thing I'd wish is they put a better style on it, because I don't know, it looks a little bit cheap in my opinion. So taking the slide off this thing, you'd think just pulling the tabs down the left and right side, the slide would come off. Unfortunately, that does not happen, because what you need to do to take this slide and bits and pieces off, there's two screws in the top slide here at the front section. You need to remove those to take everything apart. And the great thing about this grip safety is not only have you got a rapid firing Glock pistol, Tokyo Marui released this with the Glock 17 Customs years and years ago, and I don't know why they sort of discontinued it, because I had one of them, a buddy of mine had one of them. We also, the two of us, bought the FN57s when they come out in their funky colours with the flashlights. We had the Glock 17 Customs, I think he had the green and I had the tan. and it came with these grips, these extended grip thumb rests, and they were brilliant. It's a nice feature, you know, it functions on both sides. It gives your sort of thumb here something solid to rest on without the chance of it brushing up against the slide there, as you'll see the gap. And this is a very cool function, and I know they sell this part separately, but it's really, really nice. Because this pistol is more expensive, they included it in the box. So thumb rest on, I can get a great purchase on the pistol. The fibre optic sights are really nice and bright, especially in dark environments, as long as you've got some kind of ambient light coming from somewhere. So I've got a great purchase on the pistol. I've got super snappy slide action, and then with this outer barrel, inner barrel and front slide section being so fixed in place, this thing is crazy accurate as well, which you'll see. But first of all, let me stop babbling on. Let's get to the Chrono results. This is the Glock 17 High-Speed, which is the custom split side series, and here are the Chrono results. So you'll see there, for any gas blowback sidearm, nice respectable FPS there, nice and snappy as you'll hear. I'm going to go straight from the Chrono into the accuracy test, and this is at 10 meters, just to show you what I'm talking about with this thing and sort of justify the extra price compared to like a normal Glock 17. If you were to sort of hold out the two and give me a Glock 17, whether it be the older variant or the Gen 5, and you held out this as well, even without the thumb rest and the extended magwell and such, just knowing that it's a split side, I would take this one every time because the performance speaks for itself. So we'll get to the 10 meter accuracy test, and you'll see just what I'm talking about right now. So you'll see there, super accurate, and it sort of installs confidence in you when you're firing it, and you'll see that from the accuracy test. As soon as I picked it up and fired it, and you know, you've got that sort of realization that it's nice and snappy, and there is less. We can't really talk about recoil when it comes to airsoft products, but you can definitely talk about vibrations and sort of the blowback action. And this being a lot less in terms of gas blowback action and vibration, straight away when firing it, you know, it installs confidence, and you'll see straight away from when I'm shooting the target that I just let rip with them 10 rounds. I wasn't waiting around to see if I was more focused on the middle of the target. I knew I was pointing at the middle of the target. The extended grip that they provide you here is making me hold the pistol more precisely. And bam, 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 10 rounds into the target. Didn't even think twice about it. And yes, you know, this is coming from someone that doesn't like Glocks, but if this was any other pistol, and when we sort of look closely on Armour Works products, we're just waiting for them to come back and stop before we do that. I think this will be the same, because they do a lot of high cap as Armour Works do, and they do one that's a split slide, and I can't wait to get my hands on it and shoot that thing, because I think it's going to be very much the similar sort of results to this one. So I hope you've enjoyed this WE Glock 17 custom high-speed pistol that they do. I really do like this pistol, and the first time I came into contact with this pistol was actually not long ago, where a customer said, can I get a pistol to you? I need your professional opinion. It's not performing as it should do. And it was one of these. It came in, and all it needed was a strip down, a clean, and a relube, just because it was dirty and it was dry. And just like with any pistol that we work, or that I work on personally, once it's all put back together, I test it. And as soon as I started firing it, it was the first time I'd fired it, because although I see these products, you know, you don't always get the time with how the business is to nerd out and go into depths of these things. It's a product that's coming in, it's on the shelf, and it's going out, and you've got to really focus on sort of treating the customer first. And it was the first time I'd really shot it, and straight away it put a smile on my face. And when we had the big WE delivery in, and these were obviously on there, it was probably one of the first pistols in the list that I thought, right, I'm going to review that on the show, because I can't wait to talk about it. So I hope that my experience with this pistol and what I've shown on camera comes through to you at home. If you buy one of these pistols from us, please take my personal guarantee as you're not going to be disappointed with this thing. This thing is super rapid, it's nice and precise, it's accurate, and running it as a sidearm, you're going to be super hyped for it. And if you're in a WE or you're looking to buy a WE Glock 17 and you've got the extra space in your budget for the high speed model, then to me it's a no-brainer for all the reasons that I've spoke about. So I hope you've enjoyed this pistol. Thanks very much for tuning in again to the Bringing It Home show. I don't know how many episodes are in now. I think we're about 18, maybe more episodes in. So thank you for following along if you have. If you haven't already, please subscribe, hit the bell notification to be notified when we're putting these videos up. Because when we're doing, especially a brand like WE and we're getting well into it, we've got 2 weeks to cover as many of these as possible before we move on to other things. And we'll probably be releasing one of these videos every day. So thank you very much for tuning in. Hope you've enjoyed this pistol as much as I have, because I've had an absolute blast with this thing, which you'll see obviously in the footage that I've shown you. But for this and many other WE products, go to our website, bespokeairsoft.co.uk. It's very easy to find these things if you want to. You can hit the top menu, airsoft guns, go down, gas pistols, hit gas pistols. As soon as gas pistols come up, you can choose from the brands on the left hand side, which will be on that side. Hit WE, and all the WE pistols that are in stock with us will be shown there. If you need anything else, just feel free to hit me up on the Facebook or the email. You can get me directly at james@bespokeairsoft.co.uk. As well, we're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and YouTube, and we'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much. I love this thing.